Welcome everybody, we're here.
Hello Gareth.
Hello Lacoste. What's up my dude? You good?
I'm good, feeling good. Besides the fact that I lost my luggage.
For once, I'm dressing maybe half a tier higher than you. Yeah. I'm so used to him wearing, you know, the suit, the lovely tie, the waistcoat, the vest, everything, but
not
unfortunately
today,
not today. Maybe tomorrow.
What do we say to swag? Not today.
Not today. Why?
Because they lost my luggage, man. I need to buy some new clothes if they don't find it.
Well, you're in the right place. Berlin is a wonderful place. Absolutely wonderful. That's where we are. We've got a bunch of casters here, ready for the ESL One Genting qualifiers. We're going to be taking you through a bit of EU today. I think a bit of NA tomorrow, maybe, but we'll see what happens with the schedule. But we've got a game, right? We've got a draft.
We're starting with EU, then we're switching a little bit tomorrow for the best region in the world. NA,
oh yeah,
just a couple of games.
We'll see about that. we'll see about the best region tomorrow. So, and esports up against Penta for our first best of 3 of the day. We're of course in the first round of the EU qualifier for ESL One Genting. And it's a long road ahead of these teams. And esports I've seen before, maybe a little bit unknown to others, but full Turkish squad. They were at WSG in Barcelona not too long ago, and they looked reasonably good. But they're up against Penta, one of the most solid, like tier 2 teams in Europe, I want to say right now.
Yeah, there's a huge gap between Tier 1 and Tier 2 teams, and after Tier 2 you don't have pretty much no competition. Penta is one of the rising teams. They were competing a lot against the Kingwin, but Kingwin right now is a Tier 1 team, we can call them.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, and esports, I know some of the players from my pubs before.
Posing as me?
Yeah, posing as me. They're not unknown. Before the new MMR system, they had like 6-7K.
Yeah.
So they're decent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They sure are. They're a fan of kind of interesting mid heroes. I think they rely a little bit on their mid player with Sniper and Queen of Pain to kind of carry them through games.
Yeah, well, that's an like super early Tinker pickup, which is not common, and the reason is because it's easily countered. There's still Clockwork in the pool if they want to go for it for Penta, just to counter him, give vision, get a hook. They still might get it.
They banned Nyx and Storm, right? And Puck.
Yeah. These are the hard counters for Tinker. Storm can just easily counter him through the mid game. Puck as well, giving vision, uses a coil, stuns him. Nyx does the same with Carapace. Tinker really can't move.
5 seconds remaining.
It does get super annoying. So Shadow Shaman, Tinker, Sand King, they've got a bit of chaos in team fights with Serpent Wards and March. Sand King with that Burrow Strike, but it looks like they're moving towards a kind of split pushy map control lineup with like Shadow Shaman, Tinker pushing separate side lanes while Sand King, you know, sits behind and waits to fight. Penta much more standard in the way they like to play. They've got Morphling for Arc. There is no ticket, so as you'll notice, the player's not fully tagged up with their proper names, but Kellen is Arc, the CIS player who
from Spartak.
Yep.
He's been playing with them for the past 7 games, and they won all 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
9 is missing though. 9 is number 1 at European leaderboards.
And he loves picking Viper.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, he just picks Viper every game. But yeah, I've been super impressed with Arc. Like, he's slotted into this team really nicely. He was standing in for Oliver, who was missing the other day when I was casting JDL, and he played Morphling and Lycan. I can't remember the third hero he played, but he just like stomped the game regardless of what he was on. Either they gave him free farm by like fighting his 4, or they made sure that he was like the pivotal hero in their draft that they just group up around and push towers with. So Ant Esports definitely have to have that on their mind, is how do you deal with an Arc Morphling? How do you get under his skin, and how do you make sure that he doesn't have an easy game? Because it's super that's a good way, right?
That's the reason why they picked it. Morphling, I don't know, that hero right now seems one of the most imbalanced heroes I've seen in a couple of years. And he needs to be fixed, definitely.
The no mana cost on the attribute shift? Or like when your opponent picks OD against you, runs at you, and you turn into OD and just hit him back. That's always pretty fun.
I mean, either just remove him from captain's mode for quite some time until he's fixed. That I don't know. Ice Frog kind of rushed things, but moving Morph into CM so early, there were so many bugs.
Oh yeah, there was all the hotkey bugs as well, right?
Yeah,
where everything got moved around. We'll see though what the frog has for us.
Well, they could get still a vision hero. It's gonna be a mid jug, probably against Tinker. Does not care about the laser. Maybe a Batrider for an off lane as well. Gives a lot of vision against that Tinker. I mean, NS is banned, which is a great vision hero. I can't think of
10 seconds
anything
remaining.
else that is not banned at the moment. Maybe Elder
5
Titan.
seconds remaining.
First blood on the viewers. Something's
Oh,
changed.
that's,
5-minute delay. I'm sure it'll be okay.
That's the vision hero. I forgot I was not cheating. I checked through the heroes just for a couple of seconds. Maybe something pops into my mind. Beastmaster did not, but great hero against Tinker overall.
10 seconds remaining.
Penta's lineup right now, they have pretty much everything.
5
They have
seconds
super good
remaining.
late game in Jug, in Morph. Plus, they have a Bloodlust on top of that. Rubik, one of the better heroes against Sanking as well. No cast animation on the Burrow Strike. Also, his aura, if you use it offensively. With, let's say, Morph shotgun build. It's
Wow, that's always
so
fun.
good.
Choose your
Yeah.
hero.
I often forget about that. It's one of those little things.
Pretty much everyone uses it offensively when you
Yeah.
start because it's better.
And then shift to defensive.
Yeah, especially look at the heroes. Pretty much everything is magical besides Omni Slash and BM Axis ulti.
Okie dokie. So Ant finished things up with a Chaos Knight there. Another hero that really does do an amazing job at pushing down towers again with Phantasm. Feels like they need to have this kind of 4-man group though with CK Doom, Rasta, Sand King do a lot of fighting in the mid game for the Tinker to be able to do much.
Yeah, that's what the plan is. I suppose just get her as 4/5 and just push the towers whenever Rasta's wards are up.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
I don't think that's gonna be so easy to pull off. They have really good anti-push on the side of Penta. You have Rubik, you have Wild Axis, you have Boar just to take the creeps.
I feel like even Ogre is like an underrepresented, wave dragger, right? He walks up to a tower, throws Ignite, pulls the creeps away, and he's hard to go on because he's an Ogre. You don't want to be jumping on behind tier 1s and tier 2s like that.
Yeah, when you see a CK, most of the time you see it's going to be a good CK game when he's picked. I don't think that this game is a good CK game, to be honest. You have Morph, who clears the illusions. You have that talent that gives him attack on a waveform as well. You have Juggernaut, who pretty much always builds a Battle Fury now, so there's the AoE to clear the illusions, plus against the Rubik, reducing the damage output.
Do you have anything here to
Prepare for
stop
battle.
Jug from just spin TPing? You've got Doom, and that's
Yeah.
it, right? That feels pretty bad. So often when you see a Juggernaut on the enemy team, you're thinking about, right, how can we stop him from split pushing with a spin TP? Not really much to go by on this Dire team, unfortunately, though. Boots first on Beastmaster and the Rubik. On the Dire side, only the Sand King starts with that little brown boots. Everything else seems pretty standard, but the smoke from Penta, they are very quickly moving across the river and looking for a battle early on. Luckily for Ant, they've moved themselves straight towards the bounty runes, so they're not going to get caught immediately. But this smoke could wrap around all the way behind and maybe find the Chaos Knight or the Sand King if they move in front of this tree line here.
Oh, look at Ogre. He even has a Bloodlust level 1. Look at the move speed on Rubik. Smoked 4-1-2.
Yeah, I've
Not
seen
bad. Huh?
I've seen our man do this in like 2 out of the last 3 games as Ogre, I want to say, where he's gone Bloodlust level 1 with a Rubik in particular, just to be able to get that telekinesis as quickly as possible.
Well, it's good if you want to trade hits. Maybe even better than Ignite. I mean, Ignite is a save damage. If you just, but for the mana cost, it's 65. Duration is half a minute,
Yeah.
which is pretty insane. On the other side, you have 90 mana against 15 seconds duration on Ignite. 5 seconds duration, 15 seconds cooldown.
Yeah, Ignite is definitely one of those kind of burstier options where Bloodlust a little more consistent.
Oh, look at the Doom on the bottom lane. That's what a lot of offlaners are doing right now. Just trying to pull the wave, get that level 2 from the creep wave.
Did you see what Beastmaster did? He came in behind, dragged the creep wave into this little hidey hole up at the top, and then TP'd back towards lane. So Chaos Knight is trying to hold the wave in front of his tier 1.
Yeah, well, he's gonna get 2 waves at the same time, so the lane's gonna push near his tier 1 tower, so he's gonna get the XP, some easy last hits. Oh, DNZ getting the courier.
Snipes it out, real nice. And they're still forcing this 2v2 mid. Tinker, Shadow Shaman against Morphling and Ogre. It looks like Arc on the Morphling still having...
Opposing as me needs to be careful.
Is there a lift? There is. DNZ's holding it though.
Yeah, they're still level 1 on both Morph and Ogre, so they have Bloodlust and Morph. They really can't kill with it. They need level 2. Once they hit level 2 on both of the heroes, they're like 4 times stronger.
Well, they try now. Tinker dragged into the creep wave. Doesn't get a
body
tower
block,
hit, but DNZ body blocks a little bit. But like you were saying, Morphling's still level 1, so doesn't have that waveform to close the gap even further.
The thing about the body block is once you have boots of speed, it's harder to block. If you have more move speed than the person you're trying to block, it's actually harder.
Oh, top lane, Beastmaster. There's still a Burrow Strike here, and he's being caught completely. Fairy Fire keeps him alive a little bit longer, but Infi there has the Caustic Finale already leveled up. Takes down the Beastmaster, who has managed to get himself up to level 2.5, and mid lane again, they go in onto the Tinker. There's the Morphling running forward. A couple more taps here will do it, but couldn't quite get enough damage in to that Tinker as the Courier took a tower shot on the way out and dies. What a tragedy.
Oh, they even devoured the mid. Yeah, both couriers died for 2 minutes. Not bad. I don't like the build on Ogre. He went for that Bloodlust build, and if you look at the Fire Blast and how it scales against the Ignite, Ignite is so much better. The slow you have, Gary, hello.
Wake up.
Good morning, Gary. Yeah, I was talking about Ignite level 1 against the Fire Blast. It's pretty much always better to go for Ignite. The amount of damage, if you do the quick math, 3 minus 1 is 2.
Well, they try on Doom. He's got Scorched Earth though. He's not really too bothered. Turns around to fight Oliver as well. Throws out the clap from that Hellbear he's eaten up, but Rubik and Juggernaut both pretty fine there. Mid lane, not so fine in this Tinker. Getting shut down super heavily. 8 CS, 1 deny against the 19 and 6 of this Morphling so far. So the mid dual lanes going very nicely the way of the Radiant so far. And you can see just the Shadow Shaman goes back, stacks some jungle camps. He knows that this mid lane is lost and they need a way to come back into the game in the future.
Yeah, Penta does what they need to do. Actually, just try to shut down and delay that BOTs on Tinker as much as possible, because Tinker is their key hero.
Oh, is he going to die mid potentially? He's lifted back into the Fire Blast, and that's going to be the end of him. Tinker dies. And it also feels really nice for Penta here. Not only are they shutting down the Tinker, but they're giving Morphling a really good time early on as well, right? He's getting kills, getting gold, experience, everything he could want from this mid lane. So he's going to be super farmed, and then his opponent on the other side, the Tinker, is going to have a really rough time catching up.
Yeah, I mean, you kill a Beastmaster, but it's still a Beastmaster. He's gonna catch up with a farm, and he does the same thing, pretty much. He needs just to get to level 6. After that, he can move around the map, provide vision. That's what the hero does. If he has enough farm, okay, he's gonna die.
Is he
Top
though?
once again, probably? No.
DNZ TP's in. Saves the life of the Beastmaster. Just threw that deterrent. But it was also because Sand King TP'd bottom to try and help out the Doom and maybe turn the fight that was happening down there.
Yeah, well, if you're looking at from a Beastmaster perspective, he sees that Sand King is TPing bottom. He can start playing aggressively on top, get some CS, get the XP.
Yeah, 8-1 now. This poor little Beastmaster. He'll jungle a little bit as mid lane. The push forward from Morphling again. Tinker feeling the pain. DNZ lifts this Tinker back, but it gets the Tinker a kill onto Rubik. Now the Morphling has to find this kill and will do so with the Bloodlust from Ogre. RMN comes in at just the right time and helps out his team.
Yeah, he could have gone on a different way. Laser the Morph, he had no mana. Bottom lane though, is spinning, but can he out-harass the Doom? Not really, that's what, level 1? Scorched Earth only.
Level 3 Infernal Blade though.
Yeah,
here comes the damage, dude. The stick charges. Oh, he's not going to get enough in.
Damage over time from Caustic Finale plus the Infernal Blade is just too much.
That is a significant amount of damage for sure. What are you doing up here? Shackles onto Beastmaster. Posing as me, tries to get him away from this pull through that he's managed to do. And Beastmaster will be shoved out. We'll look for the 6-minute bounty runes and maybe farm a little bit of jungle for now. So what's the thing that you're looking for here as the Dire team? You know, we can talk about Tinkers like Solving Travels.
Yeah.
Destroy Throne, that's what they're looking for. Well, RMN gets caught bottom. Ogre hit by the Infernal Blade. He'll try and run away from all of this, but I think that, yeah, he's going to
wrong way, buddy. Your base is on the other side. He's just trying to buy time so that they can't catch the Rubik as well.
Yeah, they get out of there. But is there like a specific CK item, Doom item that we really want here, or is it just going to be like Armlet CK, Boot to Travels Tinker, and then try and play around your timings?
We'll see how the game goes, but they need that BOTs on Tinker so badly. Oh, unlucky.
Jump to creeps. Very unfortunate now.
Doesn't matter.
The stun from Sand King doesn't buy enough time. The Doom still falls. No chase onto Infi there. He does retreat, but there's a backstab coming in on top lane. Beastmaster, is he going to get caught? Very, very nearly. Posing as me.
Posing as me, the wheelchair hero. 325 move speed. Feels so sad, man. That feels like playing Crystal Maiden.
He needs one of those motorized buggies that all the Americans have, right?
Yeah.
The Walmart buggy. Infi turned around on Blade Fury. Significant damage, not quite enough to finish him off though, as Sand King turns. Looks for the fight now, starts to run away again, not quite sure what he wants to do with his life as Penta. The Oliver Juggernaut finally brought down by this Doom. This Infernal Blade just does so much damage. After the spin ends, he dies.
Yeah, they need to be careful with how aggressive they want to play on the bottom lane. They have Rubik, who's level 3, and they have Ogre, who's level 4. Unless they have an Omni, they can't get some kills. Okay.
Maybe on a Shadow Shaman, but
yeah, but
that's not a kill.
That's not a kill you want to go for. Look at this great hero called Morphling.
Can't die. Kills everybody. Top lane TP from CK. Nicely done. Still no level 6 on your Beastmaster. Feels pretty bad for this offlaner here for Penta.
I watched a lot of games when Penta was playing. Chaos Knight is gonna go for Hand of Midas. Oliver from Penta does the same thing because the hero lacks farm potential. And even if the game doesn't go well, or if it goes super well, you can still go for a Midas. It's really good item on a CK. Not always, but you can pull it off.
It's one of those things where, like, if you feel like you're going to miss the kind of, you know, jigsaw puzzles slotting together with like CK Armlet, Sand King Blink, Tinker Boot to Travel, if one of those things is off, you do need to kind of realign yourselves with your team cohesion and itemization, as Oliver was farming jungle, he's getting chased down by the Doom and the CK.
They don't even need to use the Doom there. He needs to be really careful about using those Blade Furies super offensively. TP was on cooldown, so he couldn't TP out.
He's 1-3-1 right now on the Juggernaut, not having the best time this game. And he will be moving towards the Battle Fury that you mentioned. But yeah, the CK, you know, you can go for the Armlet Rush, but that's usually if you have a team that can fight around you with the Armlet.
Yeah, well, I guess the mindset for going for Midas this game is that they're gonna try to go S4/5 a lot, so he won't be able to farm as much.
Okay. And then he just lets the Tinker like split push side lanes, right?
Yeah.
While you're going around as a group, looking for bigger battles. Will definitely help him out in that regard, as Beastmaster has hit level 6, and they have their Omni Slash ready. In comes the Beastmaster, but the CK has already retreated back. Sand King TP's up here, and they've got Ogre, Rubik, both lurking in the trees. This could be a bait.
CK has like 4 of those vehicles from Walmart, 370 move speed with power threads only.
He's got the turbocharged ones.
He's the manager of Walmart.
God damn. TP from Tinker. Rift in from CK, forces the spin. So Tinker has the boots of travel, 10 minutes in, even with the relatively rough start he had as they jump in onto Rubik. DNZ caught in the march, and down he goes. Tinker just spams out another couple of level 1 rockets. Level 1 rockets doing no damage at all, but he spams a couple of them. Very nice.
Well, it's just a scare effect.
And in the meantime, Morphling dies to the Doom in mid.
Hello, Morphling. Well, that's a really great counter to a Morph. The only way to kill a Morphling is to silence him, and also the new urn, upgraded urn, works really well against him. But it takes a lot of Beastmaster on top lane, only 1 second stun, but he's gonna be blown up by a CK.
Morphling wants in on this, but Sand King's ready. Burrow Strike into Rift. Morphling.
Yo, buddy, it's a
may be in
Morphling. You can't
trouble.
kill a Morph.
I don't know. Tinker's TP'd in. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Is he giving away his life for this? He lasers back onto the Morphling. Rift back in again, but the waveform away. Gets the Morphling to safety. I mean, okay, they didn't kill him there, but Tinker, his butt cheeks must have clenched so hard he's going to be creating diamonds in his anus at this point. Like that. Like he TP's into a Morphling and his teams run away. Honestly, what's he thinking?
The worst thing you can do against the Morphling is trying to focus him and not being able to kill him. He buys so much time, tanks so many spells. If you don't kill him,
You just wasted
yeah,
everything.
You just wasted everything and you can't fight. Sand King has a lot of farm.
Dire's middle
He sure does. Middle of the table net worth. They go for the roar onto CK. That's a stolen Burrow Strike coming in. Yeah, DNZ making the plays. Epicenter in the back with the Omni Slash. Trying to clear up Infi here with the Blade Fury as well. He sandstorms and gets into the trees. He might have enough time to TP out, but it's not going to happen. Beastmaster Axes make sure to clear up that kill as Tinker. Waveform forward from Killen. Tier 1 tower still stands though, and Tinker will use that to his benefit as a nice bit of safety there. Oliver running forward again. The Serpent Ward's thrown in by posing as me. Bit of defense to try and keep him alive. Morphling now going to have to waveform again away from this Dire team as Tinker has arrived once more. Transform into the Doom. The laser comes out. The rocket's not flying as Kellen being focused down. He's got himself a morph, but he doesn't use it. Oh, is he down? He was down to 1 strength already. 1 agi, sorry, already, so he couldn't get any more strength out of it.
Yeah, that's why Doom is one of the best counters to Morphling. He has the silence from the Doom and Infernal Blade, which works as max percentage of the max HP. Once he morphs everything into strength, that's when Doom deals the most damage.
Yeah, it really is huge, isn't it? Like stopping him from becoming tanky and then negating his tankiness once he has it. Very cool.
Well, the thing is, Tinker was shut down, but after the laning stage, after the first 5-6 minutes, they didn't ward his jungle camps, so they did not have the vision, and Rasta was pretty much missing all the time, so they could have guessed that he's actually stacking the forest.
Yeah, because pretty much these 3 camps here were like double or triple stacked for the Tinker, right?
Yeah.
So they had a fair amount of money being built up for him. So CK finished off the Midas, moving back into the armlet now, pretty standard. Top lane, they still go in onto the Tinker. Beastmaster falls, the Doom thrown into Oliver, and RMN dies as well. Tinker picks up a triple kill out of freaking nowhere. Now DNZ out of mana, can't Ether Shock back. But that is such a huge win for the Tinker, just like walking into that fight, getting lifted, and then March doing a huge amount of damage with the level 4 rockets he has now as well.
Yeah, guess what? Tinker is on top of net worth, 800.
Radiant's
Wow.
middle tower.
Wow, that's 800 more than Morphling.
And that was a Morphling who killed him, what, twice in lane?
Yeah. The problem for Penta right now is that none of the big items are gonna come for both of their cores. Morphling is so far away from Linken's, and the Juggernaut does not pretty much have anything besides that Ring of Health.
DNZ walking up the high ground away from the Sand King, but Shadow Shaman and Doom are both readily available to fight. Sand King looks like he might take a tumble here to the Morphling coming in and battling his way through these Dire heroes as Doom has moved too far forward as well. They've come in numbers, Penta, and they will bring down the Doom and the Sand King, trading off their Beastmaster for it, but they hold their high ground and they keep this top tier 1 alive for now. And you can just see how important this like top bit of the map is for both teams. There's 2 Dire Observer wards, a Radiant Observer ward, Radiant Sentry. This battle zone in the top left kind of third of the map being controlled by, you know, a 4v4 fight every couple of minutes while CK's farming. Juggernaut's trying to get back into this game. I honestly feel like after the first, like, maybe 7-8 minutes of laning stage where Penta looked super strong and they were building up to this big, beautiful timing, they've slipped away.
Yeah, they should just try to avoid fights for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Just they have really, really good late game. They have bloodlusted Morphling and Juggernaut, which is super scary. They just need to try to defend the towers. That's pretty much it. CK is getting close to his armlet. Level 12 is the highest level in the game.
Hell yeah. With the Tinker,
as well. Yeah. That's the Midas effect.
And look at the
Rubik, golden touch.
DNZ is level 10. He's reasonably farmed. Not looking too bad. Just behind the Sand King, and they found the Tinker with his Invis rune. He's going to lift him up. DNZ finds the grab with the blink. No way. Tinker is not allowed to escape from situations like that. That's not meant to happen.
Nope, nope, nope. Or should I say 999?
999. Well, there's no 9 in this game, unfortunately.
9?
That really should have been a swift kill and retribution onto the Tinker.
I was talking during the picks about good ways to deal with CK illusions. He's level 12, so that's level 3 ulti. He can get +3 extra illusions, plus a March, plus Shadow Shaman wards. I don't think Penta can fight right now at all, especially when they position themselves well on the side of Ant.
There's just so much crazy shit in the fights,
yeah,
right?
you can't really focus all the illusions, the wards, the March. You can't even target that shit.
DNZ, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, you're killing me. He went in with a Burrow Strike after being caught. He'll survive. He'll get away. The focus onto the tower now from Ant. Bring down this tier 2. But yeah, just defending a tower, something that, you know, should be quite nice for Penta to be able to do.
Yeah, they don't even commit a CK ulti because they know they can't fight.
Juggernaut still trying to get that Battle Fury up and running. Trying to find little spaces to farm here and there. But Tinker immediately comes back, shoves out the waves. Penta being forced back, it feels like, into this kind of little corner of the map. Not able to push out anywhere, so to get out of this little rut that you found yourself in, you know, you want them to dodge fights and farm themselves through. Do you think they continue that? Or is there a chance for like a smoke gank to pick someone off?
They can try to smoke gank, or what they can do, they have a lot of physical damage, especially with Morph and the BM Aura, which is only level 1, but still. They can try to sneak into Roach Pit. They have a good vision from a Hawk. That's one of the ways to get back into the game for them. I mean, they're 4k gold, 4k net worth. What am I even saying, Gary?
The Dire are 4k net worth?
Yeah, the Dire have 4k net worth lead. That's what I wanted to say. That's not what I said.
We understood. We can see the number.
Yeah, they should just try to split push or go for the Roche play. They have a good vision from a Hawk, from a Boar. I mean, Ant also has a good Roche lineup if they drop the wards.
Yeah, no medallion or anything, but it doesn't feel like they need it with, you know, the passive of CK and all that. The Courier, oh my god, that's Linken's and Battle Fury on it. They get the glyph on it though, and the Morphling escapes with a Linken Sphere. The Ogre might not be as lucky. They still jump in onto Arc. There's the reality, the Phantasm even. A couple of illusions come out. The Serpent Ward's down. Ogre dies to the Tinker in the back end, but it looks like Morphling will be free to run away. I mean, if that Courier died there, my dude, with Demon Edge and Linken's recipe on it, that
3 minutes
feels like
without
game over.
2 big items on side of Penta. Oh, they found the Tinker. Do they have a follow-up? He missed the stun.
Oh, did he miss the Burrow Strike? They've still got the Omni Slash though. The Doom tries to get in a tank it, but it all goes in onto the Tinker. The Doom comes out onto Jug. No real follow-through, and
he stole the Doom. No mana though.
Doom.
If he uses Magic Wand, he will have mana.
Do they have a Shrine? They've got a Shrine coming in. Oliver just needs to get here and
you need to
get the mana, get the HP, get the lift, drag him back. The Doom now doomed up himself, and Oliver will come in with a few hits and crits. He'll spin as well to not get Burrow struck here by Infi. Sand King has to fall back. That's a big steal and another kill top lane. The Morphling finds the CK as there was a battle up here while we were watching that one down there. Who else died? The Beastmaster and the Tinker. Oh, we saw the Tinker die in the southeast.
All the cores on side of Nth died there. I mean, that's the inexperience. Like blowing, they just blew away almost 3,000 gold.
Yeah. And that was the big kind of item timing that we wanted, right? The Lincoln's Morphling, the Battle Fury Jug. Maybe they're not in fighting shape, but they have an item now. They have something to work with, whereas previously it was like a bit of this, a bit of that. Nothing really completed fully.
Yeah, Doom should try to get the creep that can remove the Lincoln Sphere. Ideally, it would be a Purge creep, if possible, because he has a Shadow Blade, so he can actually get really close to someone. I need to find the Purge creep, see what the cooldown is. It's probably like 3, I don't know, it's like 3 seconds, 4 seconds downtime, maybe even less. Where's the Purge creep?
There aren't any, dude. Oh, they'll spawn now. Where are they?
Let's check the map, Gary.
Oh, there aren't any. There aren't any.
There is one. So it's a 3 seconds cooldown with the duration 5 seconds. Pretty insane, man. Like you can use it all the time, combined with the Infernal Blade. So funny.
Good stuff. So, Morphling heading on to E-Blade, standard. Has 1,000 gold saved up. Arc looking for maybe a 23, 24 minute E-Blade Lincolns combined together. While Juggernaut, I saw a Yasha, and it's going to be the Manta style that he's aiming towards as the Dire. Doing what you were looking for, you know, the 4-man group up. Tinker can split push side lanes, maybe guard Roshan with a few layers of marches. But the Hawk does scout this out. Penta
this new Hawk is so hard to kill. 350.
Oh, 2-man stun with the Doom. Juggernaut's caught. They've killed off these 2 Penta heroes almost immediately before they could do anything. This Roshan fight looks like it might end as quickly as it started. The roar in onto Rasta to hold him back, but the jump forward from Sand King finds the Beastmaster in the back end with the damage from Tinker coming through. Still not enough. Beastmaster TPs away. Roshan falls though, and Aegis picked up by the CK.
I mean, they had the vision from a Hawk. I would have to check how much vision they had where a Hawk was placed, but still, pretty huge mistake from Penta there. Just having 2 heroes on the pretty much same spot, allowing Sand King to get the double borrow.
I mean, the Morphling and the Ogre were miles away as well. I mean, they were down bottom lane split pushing. Maybe could have TP'd to Shrine, but that was really no position for Penta to be in with their Rubik and their Juggernaut for sure. Buys even more time for this Dire team. Back up to 5k net worth lead, a couple of kills ahead. CK, what's he up to now? He's got himself the Echo after Armlet, so it's the kind of normal continuation of the item build, just with a Midas at the start, and then into the heart next.
He might swap...
BKB?
No, he might swap to... I don't think BKB here is any good. He might swap to Blink Dagger, if he feels like it, before Heart, maybe after. Just for the positioning, just blow up one of the heroes. Ideally, it would be either Rubik or Beastmaster. I don't think he can kill a Juggernaut if you don't initiate with a Doom or with the Burrow Strike. He has time to spin. A lot of pings coming out on the map. Ping, 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 ping.
Juggernaut saw the Shadow Shaman coming...
Join the club.
...into his jungle, tried to chase him, and then the Doom came across, so he ran away. The Juggernaut ran away. Then Rubik comes in, they're all pinging each other, saying there's wards over here somewhere.
Ring, ding, ding, motherfucker, what?
And then they're pinging top as well. They're just pinging everywhere on the map, like, bloodlust me. Why aren't you bloodlusting me? Just, Ogre, you have one job to do. Just press your bloodlust. I'm starting to put up some Tinker wards now, as... Beastmaster hides in these trees up to the north. What's this Dire creep wave? He's dragging creep waves around with his Hawk. It allows them to push into the tier 2, I guess, and here comes the backstab. Waveform forward. Do they even need the Beastmaster? Well, they need some reveal. They don't have any dust or sentries to spot the Doom, and now the chase turns on its head. CK arrives, and down goes the Beastmaster. As quickly as he arrived, he will depart. The Ogre, Burrow struck and rocketed down. Well, needs a bit more punching power here as Posing as Me comes in to try and slow the Ogre's retreat. RMN, Ether shocked, and one more clip of the claws. does find the takedown. The Lincoln's popped here. Morphling, he's been found by the Tinker. The blink forward from Ferdevs does catch a glimpse of Killen, and he's going to get hexed up and demolished.
It was divine 5 plan from Penta, but the execution was Herald. Like, they're trying to gank a Doom, and I mean, he already showed on the lanes he had that what's it called, Shadow Amulet for so long, so they knew he was going for a Shadow Blade. They needed to buy some. Ooh, that's a big kill. They needed to buy a Dust.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Invisibility.
Just a straight Omni Slash, right?
Yeah, they don't even have vision on that side. Like, I think Tinker just blinked in. Maybe that was a good timing from Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Trying to catch him on the rune.
Looks like it. Super unfortunate for Tinker. Super fortunate for the Juggernaut.
700 gold for Oliver.
That's a lot of money. Also, if that finished his Manta style, he's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, well, it looks good on paper. You have 2 carries who are bloodlusted, but Ogre is on pretty much always on another side of the map. He's not giving them bloodlust. I just saw bloodlusted Beastmaster, and that's pretty much it. He's running all right.
He does have,
I have one job.
Beastmaster's punching people. I like, though, as soon as they miss that kill on Doom, Beastmaster buys Dust. Rubik still has no reveal. Neither does Ogre. I'm wondering why these supports don't have any sentries or dust or anything on them. Are they just relying on Beastmaster to be the guy that catches people, be involved in all the fights?
Well, maybe they're saying you bought a Midas, buy us a Dust.
Spend that damn money.
Yeah, but look at Rubik, though. He's so farmed. Drum, Glimmer Cape.
Yeah.
Level 15. What up?
Super good against the CK as well, right? Get your Glimmer and Drums off as he rifts you, or get away from a Doom that's initiating on you. Very nice.
Well, they don't have any reveal on the side of Ant as well. For that Glimmer Cape, that can change the whole fight.
Oh yeah, you're right. Not a single person. Penta goes for a bit of a tower trade here, losing tier 2 up at top. Trying to get a tier 1 bottom. This smoke from Ant cutting across the map, going through the Radiant jungle. They'll walk into the Morphling potentially here.
Okay, we have bloodlusted Rubik now.
Oh, sick. That's a
Ogre, do your job, buddy.
bloodlusted sandstorming Rubik. Bloodlusted Juggernaut. Come on, Araman. There we go. Oliver's bloodlusted now. Very good job. The applause from Lacoste. Oh, top lane Shackles in. Beastmaster out.
Wow, that's a big kill.
Right in front of the base as well. That's on the doorstep of the tier 3s.
They're gonna lose the tier 2 tower on mid as well because of that.
Well, they don't have the Aegis anymore, right? That expired a good minute or so ago. And CK moves in for the tier 2. Level 3 Phantasm. Do you consider going high ground here?
Yeah, they can. With the Tinker TPing, DNZ needs to TP back immediately, use that bolt. Okay. Still 15 seconds, no Beastmaster.
Doesn't get the extra illusion, but he jumps immediately onto the Ogre. Gone. See ya. Buyback from the Beastmaster. A tower still falling low. Epicenter not going to do a massive amount, but it opens things up for the CK to rip apart the Beastmaster. That buyback into a dieback. The Juggernaut is bouncing around with that Omni-slashing Battle Fury damage, but it will not finish anyone off just yet. DNZ misses the Burrow Strike, doesn't catch on to anybody, and he'll fall to a triple kill of CK. The jump forward from posing Esme doesn't have mana for Shackles, so won't be able to catch on to anyone else, but Wintersleep will. CK was rifting and rifting as they do get the Sand King at long last, but Aghadim's Tinker has arrived with a laser spam refracting back and forth between these Radiant heroes. They'll bring down not 2, not 3, but they'll look for 4 as the Ogre falls yet again. Open naked barracks here, and Ant Esports in a top spot to take game 1, but the buybacks are still coming out from Penta. It looks like they might be able to defend the melee. If Wintersleep sticks around a little bit too long, he's dropping low, and he might just fall. Penta have fought back for this. Still a decent kill for them to grab. If they can get it, the E-Blade secures it. And Tinker allows the retreat of the Shadow Shaman as they fall back from that middle lane of Rax.
They stayed a bit too long. It was 3 buybacks on the side of Penta. Beastmaster, DNZ, and even Jug bought back.
Yeah. That's real rough. Like losing 450 gold in your jug really feels bad at this stage of the game. The Dire team, they got a tier 3 and a bit of damage onto the racks.
Regeneration.
Doesn't seem like that much. Like the tier 3
Well,
sure
it's
opens
healable
the
damage,
shrines,
so-
but the melee racks will go back up to full, right? And now Penta are the ones looking for the aggressive plays. Doom. Oh, see ya. He no longer exists, I guess. You'll have a buyback if Penta push a little too far. Roshan's up in 1 minute.
So Tinker can defend this easily. With a Blink Dagger, with a Force Staff, and the Ult Scepter on Sanking, they can just easily defend the Tinker even if they go on him.
What if the Morphling catches this Tinker? I mean, honestly, buyback status right now feel... Okay, Tinker has buyback, so...
Oh, they know they have a ward uphill right now. They should be prepared for that.
CK TPing forward aggressively. Omni Slash from the Juggernaut comes in. There's a little bit of a spread of damage, though, as the Phantasm used, and now the rockets and lasers start to come out for Devs. Lays in the damage, but Penta have managed to get their heroes out relatively unscathed, TPing back home, and they got a bit of a scare there, it felt like, and Esports pushing a little bit too far mid and then getting Penta knocking on the doors of their base.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes from both teams. Doom needs to be careful about the positioning as well. He got blown up by Morph 2 times before even casting a spell in the 2 previous fights.
That timing was so sick. CK just walks into the pit as soon as the fog changes. Roshan
And it
popped up.
spawns.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
spawned.
well, they prayed a lot to RNGesus.
Very good. Very, very good. And that's going to be Aegis and Cheese for them. So what do they got here? Both onto the CK, both onto the CK, of course. So if he gets jumped, he can pop Cheese and then still Phantasm and then have Aegis for a secondary team fight if he wants to. As we see the BKB from Morphling.
He does not have slot for that, so he needs to use the
Aegis first. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Aegis, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, who's been roared? Oh, okay, it's Rasta. Ant's gonna try and fight? No. Leave Penta alone for now. Sandking gets a bit of split push going top.
Morph has a 10-second BKB. He had to go for it against the laser. Also, Tinker is getting close to his sheepstick.
Oh god, is he? 5.2k gold saved up. Yeah, you're right.
They want to take a fight right now, maybe even force a buyback if Rasta has it. He does not have it.
It's double catapults, but easily defended by the Dire.
Oh,
they found the CK though. Lacoste, they've caught him. Omni Slash in with a lift there as well. He's gonna lose his Aegis here potentially. Spun down, and that will be his first life. Still has Cheese. Phantasm in 10 seconds though, and Penta realizing they need to get out. Infi Sand King. Gorgeous stuff there, but the TP immediately cancelled by the Yules, and Beastmaster will be left for the CK to take down, but Tinker has other ideas as he secures the kill with the laser.
Yeah, that's a minute without a Beastmaster. Also, Beastmaster bought back in that tier 3 fight. He was 15 seconds from spawning, but they had to buy back there.
Super unfortunate for them. And the Turkish team get control of this map again. Tinker and Sand King have been pushing top lane, forcing heroes like this Morphling to try and defend. Arc won't quite find the Tinker there, hiding in the trees. Nice attempt at a waveform, though. Another big kind of round of high-tier items for the Dire team. Manta-style CK, BKB Doom. This could be endgame scenario for them as they push high ground again. Ogre has been found and killed and brought down.
What did he steal? He stole the Burrow Strike.
It's a big grab there for DNZ. Jump in, BKB forced, Lincoln's popped, and Oliver drops the healing ward as Zaz runs forward, dooms up the Morphling for good measure, keep him out of this fight as they secure
They're
the
just buying
racks.
time for the racks.
I mean, CK still has Phantasm and Cheese. Oh, there we go. There we go. Extra illusion for good measure. DNZ tries to clear through some of this. Glimmer Capes himself to run away now. Kill and caught. Drifted back in with the epicenter and the damage they've got. Morphling falls, immediately buys back as Oliver tries to dish out the deeps onto the CK. He's doing a pretty good job here as he's in a 4v1. CK finally dies as Posing as me has been left to the wolves. Tinker rearming, ghost sceptering, blinking, hexing, lasering, everything you could ask for. Brings down a number as DNZ still hunting for that grab, but he won't be able to catch either Doom or Tinker. They get far enough away, or have they? He's found the Doom somehow. He gets the grab on him. A triple kill for Morphling is what we end up with.
Yeah, that's a Morph who committed to a buyback and should just go back after they kill the Raxes on mid. I guess once again, the inexperience. They should just try to play slow. The Rasta boards were down. That's the key factor. Dropping the wards, attacking the tower, fighting in a march. Enemy team does not want to go into that and fight. Now they have to hold the base. Who has a buyback? Tinker has a buyback. Only Tinker and Sanking.
And Sanking is wave
and there are
cutting.
only two people who are alive. And Sanking is doing a good job cutting the wave on a mid.
And the March will try and clear through the wave mid, but Tinker has died in his own base. But they can't push, right?
Yeah, they devoured this ward on the right side in the base, but they planted another one on the left.
Oh, look at this Sanking though. Infi cuts, no, not just one, but like 2 or 3 waves mid, moves top, shoves that wave in as well. Penta seem a little bit lost on the dire side of the map, wondering where things went wrong or what the hell they're meant to do now. With 3 minutes until Roshan respawning, potentially with a faster spawn, they've got a lot of time to kill. I don't know what they're meant to do with themselves. But yeah, I definitely did feel that, you know, Ant have a very systematic way of setting up for buildings, like you said, with March and Serpent Wards and Phantasm. And then once you, it feels like when you play Venomancer, right? You know, you move to a lane, you put down your Plague Wards, you're like, cool, I have a bunker here, I'm going to be safe, everything's going to be fine. But as soon as you move to another lane, you have to set everything up again. If you don't have that chance, that's where Penta look for the weaknesses. They'll look to exploit. There's a big smoke from Ant Esports with their big 4 heroes. Tinker, of course, still dead for 7 seconds. Back in Fountain. Jump forward from Posing as me, revealed by the Morphling and the Creep Wave middle lane. And now, the dance of death. Yeah, Penta running away.
They have a vision on them.
Yeah, they do. This Observe Ward allows the rockets to fly. Kellen being brought lower and lower, does waveform himself away from the last barrage of rockets as
run to the side. They have a double damage on Juggernaut, which might change the fight.
Where is he though? Where's the damage? They've roared up someone, but it's an illusion, I think. They roared up an illusion. The Phantasm now. The Omnislash comes through. Winter Sleep is low. He's gonna die potentially, but the March keeps them at bay. Finally, the CK does fall, and the turnaround here from Penta. They've brought down 3. They're looking for the Doom now. Spun by Oliver. Zaz is falling. The Tinker, he's got a 1v5 for Devs. Oh, he's got no mana left. He'll get another laser, but he's run out of gas. Stunned up by the Morphling. In comes DNC. The stolen laser, but the Hex turnaround here as Tinker holds onto the high ground. Sand King will hold them back as well with a Sandstorm, but not for too long as they get the reveal, the damage, and the takedown on Infi.
That's a dieback.
That is a dieback on SK, and 4 heroes being brought to their knees as Penta turned around what looked like an easy fight for Ant Esports.
Yeah, if you watched it closely, Sanking's Lotus Orb just ran out. The timing was pretty much super unlucky for them because Juggernaut used Omnislash on him.
Oh.
Yeah, but still, now they have level 25 plus 5 Omnislash strikes, and they have Morphling who is level 25 as well, so 2 waveform charges, he can pretty much clear the whole team with it.
And then Jugger has Battle Fury and Mjolnir for these Omnislash strikes as well, which gets pretty ridiculous, honestly. But I don't know, like the Beastmaster Roaring Illusion, I don't know if I saw that correctly, but that felt like a pretty bad start from Penta. But it looks like DNZ will be found inside the Dire base, pushes a little too far forward, and pays with his life.
No one has a buyback besides that Tinker still. What a game.
Who needs buyback?
They lost the gem. There was a gem on the ground. I want to see where it is now.
Does anyone have it? The Shadow Shaman has 1.
So yeah, they picked it up back. Maybe with a chicken. They didn't see it.
Well, Shadow Shaman might be losing that one gem as he is found mid lane. Nice, Yule Scepter though keeps him alive. The Beastmaster turns with the roar. The Omni Slashes bring down the CK. The Cleave is going to take down Doom as well. The double for Morphling chasing on forward. There's the Tinker caught. The Ghost Scepter no blink away though. Adaptive Strike gets the cancel. And this Tinker's going to get spun down potentially, but no. The Realm Ghost Scepter blink and blink and blink. He's back into Fountain. That Tinker should surely have died. But not quite enough magic damage from Penta to get the kill.
Yeah, this fight, the prolonging the game benefits Penta a lot more. Their heroes are so much better in the late game, and their buyback cooldowns are gonna be up again.
RMN buying space and time for his team. The Serpent Ward's expended as well to try and hold them back. They're Morphling shifting to Agi, potentially looking for an E-Blade go onto someone. Waveforms over Infi, back out again as Penta. They're gonna lose Oliver here, hexed up, stunned, and dead in between
Morph
the two
has no
racks.
mana.
The shackles on
I mean,
Morphling.
it doesn't matter because Morph does not cost mana, but he's still pretty mana away from a waveform. Did he have enough?
They're keeping him chain stunned really nicely
there's
here,
the-
and they've got a hex.
That's 8-second duration on shackles.
Oh yeah, the +3 shackles talent.
Wait, I think that's actually wrong. Let me just check something real quickly.
No, it should be 5 seconds normally, and then 3.
Yeah, then they fixed it. I
Yeah.
think.
There's some which show and some which don't, and it always trips me up. Like some talents show
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
tooltip.
Yeah.
You gotta do the quick math.
Quick
you know?
math. 1 + 1 is 2. What up?
5 + 3 is 8.
Yeah, -2 is
Minus
6.
2 is
What
6.
up? What up?
Oh dearie me. Oh look at this. Chaos Knight's found another Roshan
Perfect timing once again.
with a refresher shard as well for.
Well, the Christmas is close, so RNG's aura is strong.
Putting more and more presence under the Ant Esports tree. Do you think about giving refresher to the Doom? Like CK has.
No, they can give it to a Doom, or they can give it to Rasta. Rasta should be the one picking it up.
Oh, for the double Serpent Wards, yeah.
they have it.
That feels
He
better.
has it. Level 23. Ooh, once he goes to level 25, who's close to level 25? Doom just hit level 20. The war can target Ancients. He has that Frenzy creep,
How's-
War Drum's aura.
Doom is pretty low level, it feels like, compared to some of these other heroes. Tier 3 top, though, immediately. Gone
Still
on.
no 10 seconds buyback cooldown on the Morphling.
Oh, they found a kill bottom. Posing as me, drops the gem. Doesn't get to use his Serpent Wards or the Refresher Shard, but they did take top racks entirely.
Yeah, he tried to play a sneaky game, take the bottom raxes with two set of wards against while they were taking the top, but I guess Penta read that well, or do they have a ward? Not really, maybe
Maybe a
they
hawk.
scouted him with a hawk.
Radiant's top
He's getting close to level 25, has 1 tome as well in the inventory, so plus 60 wards attack damage. That's gonna be a lot.
He didn't go for the other ward talent, though, right?
No.
He didn't go for the max HP. But that Shackles has already paid for itself, just with like 1 kill on the Morphling. It's fine. CK mid might not be fine. He is all alone. Pops the Phantasm, turns it back around to try and kill off Beastmaster. Succeeds. That's 1, look for 2. Juggernaut falling low, but the Aegis will be expended here as Juggernaut has to back up now. Sand King Epicenter Burrow misses out on the Ogre tag, but DNZ is getting
He's
lower
gonna
and
go-
lower. The Hex
he's
in.
gonna die.
Are they going to get the Morphling in the back
60
end? Hex up.
HP.
Oh, Morphling, the Glimmer Cape's there to try and save him. It looks like he might have been kept out of danger by DNZ. No, it was the Ogre who keeps the Morphling up and running. And now the turn back in onto Winter Sleep. The Omni Slash cleaves through the Chaos Knight. Nothing left a chance as Tinker tries the BOTs, but he's caught. Adaptive Strike does stun him up. Now the Lotosaur will try and bounce a bit of damage back, but Oliver's here with a spin through the Ghost Scepter. And for Devs, not this time, buddy. You had some cheeky escapes before, but Penta don't allow it to happen twice in a row. And now the buyback is forced. He has to defend this base. Tier 3 is being broached here by the Radiant. The wave being cut further back down this middle lane by Infi. And with the Chaos Knight buyback and Esports, now it's their turn to shift this.
Can they
fight
catch the
around.
Thinker? BKB TP out.
Dire's top
Can they
Nice.
catch more? Oh. CK, Reality Rift pierces spell immunity.
Do they have reveal? He could maybe have just Glimmer TP'd there, but he didn't know if they had any reveal on him.
Yeah, he's gonna lose the gem as well.
Yeah. There we go. Shadow Shaman picks it up.
If they manage to take down the Tinker, I think they can easily win the game.
Yeah.
No buyback on him, no buyback on a CK as well.
But it's like you were saying, right? The game has kind of gone through the cycle so many times that now Ant are the ones with no buybacks, whereas Penta are.
Yeah.
So-
No one has a buyback. At the moment, no one has a buyback.
Okay, like before I turned my head to you, Morphling and Juggernaut both had them. So they must have bought something up.
Yeah.
What is it? Butterfly, Morphling, and Juggernaut has a fresh BKB. Nice. But this feels like Ant Esports need to try and end the game here. Serpent
set
Wards
of
1.
wards.
Nice clearing done by Oliver and Ark there on the Juggernaut and Morphling.
Okay, that's not the best wards I've seen. And we're back.
Now we go back to the split pushing farming cycle. Keep these lanes shoved out. Oh, nice Tinker going. It's a very safe TP. Farming jungle for now. Aiming for what? What's his next item?
I guess Dagon.
Could he go BK? Do you need BKB this guy? It's so awkward, right? Because there's magic damage from Morphling, then there's Lincoln's poppers or BKB bypasses
Yeah,
like
but
Roar and Omnislash.
BKB and the Ethereal Blade are really shitty together.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And there's a lot of right-click damage. Beastmaster ulti goes through, there's Juggernaut, Omnislash, have Morph, who's both magical and physical.
You know what's the funniest build I've seen on Tinker? Is Manta Radiance.
You know what?
Sending illusions down lanes.
You know what's the worst build than that build? Power Thread Stinker.
Oh. Why? How many TPs do you buy in a game then? Just keep buying and rearming TP scrolls?
Well,
like 50,000 gold spent on TP scrolls. What's your net worth? Only 5k. Like, oh shit, well, TP scrolls are expensive, my dude.
I've lived long enough to see all kinds of shit throughout Dota. A couple of days ago, a guy in my pub actually decided to feed because I took his third tome on a support Winter Wyvern who is level 21 and just decided to go mid, feed away 2 kills.
Great. Good shit. This is a hasted Morphling. I don't know if you can catch this.
Oh, yeah, they can catch him. He could have just gone for a shackle, but he used Yule Scepter and Yule himself instead because he was trying to remove the haste from a Morph, or just pop a Linken's if they didn't pop it.
Or he was just really scared.
No, the Linken's was popped.
Yeah,
shaky
Tinker
hands.
popped it.
Yeah, because Tinker popped it. I mean, he could have just shackled. It's 8-second duration.
Yeah, he sure could. Got a little bit panicky there.
So he's level 25 though.
On the Rasta. Oh yeah.
I guess
60 wards attack damage.
yeah, I guess what Ant wants to do is stall for another 4 minutes so they have a buyback on a Tinker and the CK. I mean, Penta knows about the buyback cooldowns, so there is Rubik, who's level 25 with Aghanim Scepter. Didn't go for that extra 75 spell amp on level 25 talent, instead he went for telekinesis.
Is there anything huge
Like
here
imagine
with
if
the spell amp?
yeah, imagine if you steal a laser. He has Aghanims already, and the spell amp on that.
Oh shit, yeah. Beastmaster. Oh, this is a good move from Ant Esports, bringing the Tinker and Doom in. The Glimmer Cape does keep him alive a little bit there, but he loses the gem thanks to the gem of the Sand King. And now DNZ, who tried to save his buddy's life, just being zapped down. The Doom is brought out as well. Zaz throws it into the mix. Oliver does kill off Infi in the back as they're hunting here for the CK as well. The Omnislash will fly out, cleaving through these illusions of the Chaos Knight, but I don't know if they have the damage. With the extra strikes in, Oliver does indeed. Attack speed comes through King. Juggernaut takes down the Chaos Knight as the Epicenter will secure the Ogre.
Morphling bought back. I was watching the top lane. They managed to kill the Rubik as well, who has no buyback at this point.
But now Oliver, oh, he bladed up by the Morphling, kept alive. Thankfully, Juggernaut survives. So what, there were 3 different fights there happening at the same time, it felt like, across the map. And all in all, CK, sure, he did fall, but Serpent Wards are down. They've got Refresher Shard to go here, so they might think about...
Yeah, they should use it.
Breaking this tier 3 again. Yeah, he refreshes up.
It.
Down go the wards. Oliver jumps straight into battle, wanting to clear out these Serpent Wards as quickly as he can, even if it does take his own life, as the Hex, the damage, and, well, everything else to boot. Brings down the Juggernaut, immediate buyback.
In and out, Morphling with 2 waveforms.
In and out, shake it all about. Tier 3, still there. Need to wait for the Chaos Knight, it feels like.
Radiant's bottom tower.
This game is so bizarre, though. It just goes from, like, one team hanging on by a thread, and it's like, oh, yeah, we're strong now. It definitely feels like both teams kind of know how they feel about being stronger than the other team and how to utilize that. Yeah, but it's also like both teams don't know when they're weak as well.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes, just general mistakes about the timings, about like if there's 3 fights coming at the 3 different locations, you know something's wrong with the game. Like that should not happen, especially at the 50-minute mark.
Like fight top, fight in Radiant Jungle, and then a second fight in Radiant Jungle. Well, we'll look for a fight in the Dire Jungle. Not really a fight, more a pick-off there. Lift into hits and crits from the Juggernaut as we see the wonders of the Tinker. 0.3 second missile stun as they find Sand King. Beastmaster has reclaimed his gem and found an extra one for good measure. Penta, smoke up. Interesting.
Yeah, they don't have a buyback, plus they have a Jug with Omnislash ready. Once again, RMN in the front lines. 3000 HP Ogre.
With Vlad's Glimmer drums, DNZ jumps forward. The Doom is here onto the Rubik, interestingly enough, with a multicast. RMN helps bring down the Doom, forces his buyback, and Tinker.
CK, meanwhile, trying to take tier 4 towers.
Yo, what's he doing? Was it Manta and Phantasm both used? Tier 4 is falling. Penta, how do they get back to this? Oliver has no TP. Morphling, I don't know if he has a TP either.
Yo, Beastmaster,
they're gonna kill off the Beastmaster buyback here.
He's gonna die once again. 2 seconds cooldown on Reality Rift.
There's the Tinker. Tier 4's dead. The throne is falling. There's no glyph here. The Ogre comes in. The Tinker's arriving again. Ogre gets obliterated by the CK and his illusions. The Hex on to DNZ's Rubik, and he's going to die as well, potentially. Gets back into the Fountain, but the Rift is there. Winter Sleep with a triple kill. The Roar on the Tinker. Morphling arrives. Finally saving their base. They're going to be able to defend their throne. It took long enough, but the Omni Slash bounces back onto the illusions. What did he do there to make that happen, Lacoste? Nice micro, I guess.
Yeah, well... Also, CK seems to be super lucky this game about Roche timings, the jumps from Juggernaut as well, but he placed the Manta on the one side, placed the hero on the other side. It could have gone a different way. I mean, CK could have gotten the Mega Creeps on the bottom, but I don't think it matters. They still can win the fight.
It definitely feels like all in or nothing in this game for both teams, just trying to get stuff done. Serpent Wards, who have they found? Is that the Juggernaut? Oh god, can he get out of this? He's getting stunned up, he's being obliterated, he gets the spin just in time, but the physical damage from the CK slices through him, and now Penta, they've got nothing left. Lacoste, it feels like they're all done. The TP's come in and they've got 5 heroes dead.
Yeah, they're calculating the buybacks. GG is called.
Game number 1. Ant Esports, 51-41. Oh, that game.
Yeah, this is one of the most back and forth games I've seen in a long time. I gotta admit it.
Man. To be honest, I didn't know what was going on half the time.
Penta had the advantage for at least 6 times and had more than that.
This is where the game goes wrong, where gold is like going one way, experience is going the other way. You're like scratching your head thinking, how's this happening? But Ant Esports, yeah, lost a little bit of momentum there. Momentum swings here and here and here. Oh, some crazy stuff in that game. Absolutely nuts. Tinker, though, the catch-up from him. Laning phase, very poor. Well, I don't know. Maybe not very poor. He was against a difficult lane. So he didn't have the favourable or advantageous matchup, but farming back in the jungle and coming back into this game, he seemed very, very strong.
Yeah, well, the support duo from Penta is so much stronger, setting up the ganks easy. On the other side, you have Rasta, who does not move that fast. You have a Sanking, who tried to help him mid a couple of times, but was not very effective. Tinker with that triple kill, maybe even 4 kills on top after 10-minute BOTs.
Like near the top
gave
tier
him a
2.
blink. Beastmaster Hawk is not the best counter because even if they scout him, they have nothing to get close to him.
Yeah,
all the good heroes against Tinker were banned out.
Especially when Beastmaster went...
Besides Glock.
Midas, Vlad's...
Yeah, also the item choices were... Yeah.
A little bit interesting.
Interesting.
Unique.
We'll have to call it.
Unique item choices. Only game on, though, in a best of 3, so we'll find out if Penta can maybe calm the series down and start playing a little more standard and stop messing around a little bit. But no, very, very tight game between them. Very interesting matchup. So we'll take a short break. Game number 2 of this best of 3 coming up in just a little bit.